Hello everyone. In this session, I am going to present the chapter Motion and its types from the class 7. So, are you ready for this video? Motion. In that, how do we define motion and types of motion we will study in this session. Before we proceed, just observe the pictures here. What could you see in this first picture? Yes, this is the flow of blood or blood circulation. And this is the various planets that revolving around the sun. And this is the heavy traffic in some busy road. So, is there any relation between all these three pictures? Yes, there is a relation. What is the common thing happening in all these pictures? Yes, we call it as motion. So here the blood is flowing continuously, and here the planets are revolving around the sun continuously, and this road is very busy with vehicles. So all are in moving, right? So can you imagine without a life or the world without motion? No, everything must be moved. So what is this motion? You have already learned about force. What is force? Force is nothing but the pushing or pulling of an object. So what happens if we apply a force on any object or a body which is in rest? So it starts moving, and that moving or movement is itself called as motion. So the change in the position of an object with time is called motion. So there is a phrase that time and tide waits for none. Means time is always running, and when the body changes its position in that way also there is a time. So the change in position of an object with the time is called motion. You can see a girl is throwing a ball on a ground floor. So is that changing its position? Yes, you can observe. It starts its journey from here and reaches here when she applied force on this ball. Like that, here a boy is very hurry and running. So he is changing his position with time. Yes. Now, when I move a object from this position to this position, so what should I call the gap or space between these? I call this space as the distance, means the length of the actual path traveled by an object can be defined as a distance. Like this, if we start our journey from our home and we reach our school at some point, right? And how we reach our school? By the road only. So we should have to cover some distance from our home to our school, right? That length is called as a distance. Have you understood? Yes. So then there is another term that is called displacement. The shortest distance between the initial position and final position of a moving object. So, is there any difference between this distance and displacement? Yes, it is. If you observe this map, There are so many roads connecting us from point A to B or B to A, but we will always select a shortest path between these 2 points, means which is easy to reach our final point so quickly. We can observe in this figure. So, distance is nothing but a body starts its journey and reaches some point from any path it can be taken. So, we can determine distance only if that point reaches to the certain point, unless we cannot find the distance. But the displacement is not like that. In displacement, the starting point and ending point, we know both the points and we also know in which path we should go, and we always takes the shortest path between that, and the body starts with that point A or initial point and reaches the point B or end point with that short distance. So the shortest distance is called the displacement. Have you understood? Shall we move further? Yes. So now we know what is motion, and the two important thing is the distance and the displacement, and what is difference between them. Now we will move to the types of motion. There are 6 types of motion. So what is the first one is rectilinear motion. We will discuss every motion in detail. And second one is curvilinear motion. And the third one is translatory motion, and fourth one is the rotational or circular motion, and fifth one can be defined in two different ways, that is oscillatory motion and vibratory motion, and sixth one is periodic or uniform motion. Now, we study each type of motion in brief. What is our first type of motion? That is rectilinear motion. So, what is rectilinear motion? We know the meaning of linear, that is straight, and we can see the different pictures here, and the boy is seeing this light, and there is some imaginary line in this. So what it represents is, we all know that light travels in a straight way, or we simply call it as rectilinear propagation of light. Means the light will not take any curved path, and it always chooses the straight line as a path. So this is the best example for rectilinear motion, because the light particles are also moving here in a straight line. And in our second picture, we can observe a boy is throwing a stone from a peak of a mountain, and how it falls, you can observe. It falls in a straight line because of gravitational force. And we can see here an elevator, or we simply call it as a lift in our daily life. How it moves? It goes up and down in a straight line and comes down to the ground in a straight line only. So what is rectilinear motion then? It is very simple that rectilinear motion is the motion of a body along a straight line. We can observe in this, all the particles are moving in straight line. The examples are light rays that we are seeing here, and elevator, which is in the third picture, and freely falling objects by gravitation. So all are moving in a straight line, right? There is no curved path. So will all the body moves in a straight line only? No. Some motions are different with their characteristics, and the second type of motion is curvilinear motion. can observe in this picture. You have seen the Olympic race or the race which will be conducted in our schools and colleges, and that is 100 meters, 200 meters, and 400 meters. We have seen our race track is curved like this. So, and in this picture also, the batsman is hitting the ball, and how the ball goes. It takes a curved path, right? And in third picture also, this is our roller coaster where we can see in the amusement parks like Wonderla, GRS and all. So here also we are moving in the curved path. So what is the common thing we can observe here? They are moving in a curved path, right? So what is curvilinear motion then? When a body or an object travels along a curved path from one point to another, that motion is defined as curvilinear motion. So, is there any other examples for curvilinear motion? Yes, there is. We can take in our sports, we play throw ball and volleyball. And how we throws the ball? Above the net. And even in tennis also, we play by passing the ball above the net. So in which path they will travel? They also took this curvilinear motion or curvilinear path to travel from one point to another. So we have now known about rectilinear and curvilinear motions. And there is a third type of motion that we call it as translatory motions. Motion in which all the points of a moving body move uniformly in the same line or direction. Oh, okay, let us understand this by a picture. See, there are the three lines of cars are moving here, and there is an army parade here, which we will see in a Republic Day time. So there are three different bodies or different points on the same straight line, right? Like this. And if they start moving, they will carry this point as it is. Like you can observe here. They all started from one straight line, and if they reach us as it is like this, we call it as a translatory motion. Means there is no change in their points. That's why we call it as uniformly. They move along with the same speed, with the same time and same distance, so that it appears like they are all moving in a straight line only. So is there any difference between this translatory motion and rectilinear motion? Yes, there is. In rectilinear motion, we consider only a line, which is, you can observe only this portion of car is moving. So there is no other points for reference to see the motion. But in translatory, we have three different points here and they move with the same direction and speed. Have you understood what is translatory motion? Yeah. Now, the fourth one is rotational motion or circular motion that we have seen in various situations in our daily life also. So, what is circular motion? A circular motion is described as a motion or movement of an object while rotating along a circular path. Example is, see this boy, he is swinging a ball as he stood in a center and he just spins this ball in a circular path, continuously changing its direction. And here in the windmill also, and we can see the circular motion in our fan also that we using in our home, and this giant wheel. And in many situations we observe this circular motion, that is the wheels of the car or cycle, which always rotates in this circular motion to move forward. And the fifth one is oscillatory motion. Oscillatory motion is defined as the to and fro motion of an object from its mean position. That means to and fro is nothing but front and backward and forth. That is, we can observe here. If we have a pendulum, we call it as a pendulum, where a object is tied by the thread and fixed to a center, and if we allow to travel it from one end, it just travels like this and comes back to the same position again. That motion is called as a oscillatory motion. In this picture we can understand betterly that we all have played in our childhood that swing, or where we swing. When we start, we just starts and we keep on swinging until it comes to the rest again. So this motion is also called as the oscillatory motion. And in the springs we can observe this oscillatory motion very beautifully. Object suspended through a spring results in up and down motion of a spring. Here the object is moving from left to right or right to left, but in spring it happens in up and down motion. Have you understood what is oscillatory motion? Yeah. And there is a similar type of motion which is an oscillatory motion, but we doesn't call it as an oscillatory motion. We call it as vibratory motion. Why? Because if the rate of oscillation increases rapidly in an oscillatory motion, then it is called as vibratory motion. You all know what is vibration is. We can see the vibration in the strings of the guitar. See, the oscillation is happening very fast here, and we call it as a frequency that we will study in our further grades. So we call this motion as vibratory motion, where the sound produces. And in the drums also, the vibrations will happen because of the oscillatory motion is the fast, and that is called as a rate of oscillation. And in this picture we can observe it in a drums. For every instrument this vibratory motions must takes place, or else we cannot hear any sound from those things. And the last one is periodic or uniform motion. A periodic motion is a repetitive motion of a body which repeats itself at regular intervals of time is called periodic motions. These periodic motions can exist in any previous types of motions, that is rectilinear or curvilinear or circular motions, or in all these motions this periodic motion can take place. How means? See, we are seeing the planets are revolving around the sun. So this type of motion we also call as circular motion, but we have certain, they have same constant speed, which where we can observe to the earth, it revolves sun exactly to the 365 days and repeats for next 365 days to complete the same circular path. So this type of motions without any change in speed, we call it as a periodic or uniform motion. And uniform motion a body is said to have a uniform motion if it covers equal distance in equal intervals of time. Means the earth covers this distance from one point to the another point in a 365 days exactly for every year, right? So shall we call it as uniform circular motion? Yes, we call it as uniform motion, and it is circular, so we can call it as uniform circular motion. And we can observe this in a clock where from 12 to 12 it reaches, and again 12 it reaches, there will be a 24 hours and a day completes. And for next day also we consider the same 24 hours, but the hands of clock revolving are in the same path, right? So this two examples shows us what is periodic or uniform motion, and you can collect more examples for all the 6 types of the motions. Thank you. We will discuss further and more examples in our flipped class.